Okay, what's up, party people? Hello, Dadalorian. Thank you so much for tuning in a little bit earlier than expected for today. So my apologies if I knocked anyone off, but I was gonna go live at 2. Now I'm going live at 1. So just hang in there. Let's do this, man. Let's do this. Boba Fett says hello. Hello, my friend. You were left for dead on the sands of Tatooine. And then I took over chapter 5, and it was all about the Mandalorian. It was great. Vladimir says, "Hi, what's up, man?" Um, Sephiro, Mandalorian. More like Daddy Lorian. Ooh, I need to get a T-shirt that says that. Dadalorian? Question mark. More like Daddy Lorian. Yeah, man. I will gladly take that title any day. Thank you for the positive affirmation, man. I sincerely appreciate it. What's going on with you guys? You have mentioned to me. I've been mentioned. I've been summoned. Yes, man. If you're here in the live, thanks for being here. If you've been following me for a while, by the way, all my TikTok people, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be doing a YouTube promotional thing on TikTok later. So after this stream, I'll do another stream later, kind of inviting you guys over to the TikTok stream. So be mindful and aware of that. That's my Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, my Jeff Goldblum impersonation. David Gutierrez says hello there. What's up, man? Jelly Rat. Ooh, I like that name. Do it. He says, do it. All right, what do you want me to do? What am I supposed to do? I need group. Are you trying to say you need Grogu or you need a group? I'm not sure. Grogu. That's what I thought. I know what you were trying to get at. I knew what you were trying to get at. So today's gonna be pretty. I say lo-fi, but also just really fun. Just a nice conversation. I kind of feel wrong that I'm not playing video games because I'm talking all about Star Wars video games today, and we're also going to watch a clip of something that I seen a little bit of. I didn't watch it all the way through, but I wanted to share and get more of that reaction with you guys. About a Boba Fett unreleased video game. Some of you guys may know about Star Wars 1313 and that whole project. Before Disney acquired Lucasfilm, this was a video game that was in production, and then it got canceled. And it just looks so badass. And the little bit of footage and pictures that I've seen just looks amazing. And the game was never even finished. So if they have the chance to actually go through with it, oh my gosh, I can only imagine how incredible that game could have been. Boba Fett, you need to eat some lobster and some chocolate and some pie. That is some random ass foods all at once, Boba Fett. That what people eat on Tatooine? Uh, Jelly Rat says someone sent me donuts. Really? Like at work or at school? That's nice. That's always nice when like somebody sends you food. You know, it's always nice when you get free food. Free food always tastes better, especially like a sandwich. Like if somebody else makes a sandwich in my house, it always tastes better. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sometimes. Anyway, the Lego Skywalker saga is going to be insane. Yes, it is, man. And we are going to talk about that as well. Let's start off with that. In fact, let me go ahead and share my screen and we'll get the conversation going about the video game stuff. I just like to, I like to dabble and chat and see how everyone's doing first before it's uncrypt to get straight to business. So I like to just hang out for a minute. But now let's get straight to business. Let's talk about some of these things that have been announced as far as Star Wars video games. So this is an article from Screen Rant. I'm not reading through this. I'm really just kind of looking at the pictures because I kind of already know what to expect. And just kind of going by bulletin points of things they have listed. So if you guys want to read that article, feel free. Shout out to Screen Rant. Be sure to go and check them out. So some of the top video games, obviously, that we're looking forward to for this year, for things that have been announced, obviously, is the Skywalker saga for Lego. With its countless delays, this is one that we are all highly anticipating, to be able to play through the entire saga, plus with some other little things probably slipped in there, maybe even some DLC, maybe even like what I'm really hoping is that in this game, they actually give us Luke's Jedi school. Tell me that wouldn't be amazing. And I've mentioned this before, but this is how cool it will be in the DLC for that game, is if you get to play in Luke's Jedi school and kind of see what happened when, young Ben Solo turned to the dark side and all this stuff, and maybe even play as like a younger Grogu, something like that. But you get to create your own Padawan. you get to create your own, force sensitive Jedi or whatever that's training, in the school, and you get to kind of see from your Lego character's perspective kind of what happened. I just think that would be insane. Like, you get to create your own Jedi to be a part of the school. But I mean, you could also just play around with the story, as like Ben being kind of the main character leading into other things like with the Knights of Ren and whatnot. But anyway, I just think a DLC for Luke's Jedi School to kind of see more of what happened, even though I know we have that narrative in the comics, which I really appreciate. By the way, if you have not read the Kylo Ren comics, go and read those. It is amazing. Really, really good. But yeah, that and then the Star Wars Holiday Special, for Lego that they did, I'm sure that would probably be implemented as like DLC or something, or like a special release type of a thing. I think that would be insane. And the cool thing about this game, I already pre-ordered. So if you have the physical pre-ordered copy, you also get Lego minifigure of Luke Skywalker drinking blue milk. So that's pretty cool. I get to add that to the collection, which I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. So FYI, if you have a pre-ordered copy, physical copy, you get the Luke Skywalker minifigure that comes with the game, drinking blue milk. You can't go wrong with that, man. So going on. Star Wars Hunters. I actually want to circle back to this again a little bit later because I have their website up on one of my dashboards. But anyway, this game is going to be cool. And as far as I know, from what I've heard, I think this game is canon. Some of us were having thoughts about it because we were like, oh, we seem like a Jedi droid, and Jawas stacked up on top of of each other as far as a character. It just looked a little more wonkier than what we were expecting for something to kind of be in the canonical story, of Star Wars. But with a couple other, sources that I've read as far as articles based on this game, it looks like it is canon. And the Jedi droid thing, this droid, if you look at his name, it just says Jedi. So it's a droid that's programmed to think it's a Jedi, which I think, hey, that's a cool concept we've never seen. At least, maybe, okay, actually, yes, we have. Star Wars Visions, we have seen that. But outside of that, since that's technically not canon, in the canon world, I think like that's a concept we haven't seen or played with, which I think is going to be really fun. And this whole mix of kind of this melee, this battle arena type thing, I think is going to be really interesting. And I really want to dive more into the story, specifically Aaron Tal. Aaron Tal is the Mandalorian that's in this game. So I want to know more about him. Because obviously being a Mando guy, like that's exactly where my mind goes. But all of the characters look really interesting to me. Looks really fun. I'm really excited to see what comes of this. I hope it's Fortnite is pretty enjoyable. I'm hoping this doesn't become that. Since it is a free game. So I'm sure there's gonna be like in-game purchases that you can make, I would assume. But at the same time, I'm just excited to play this game and kind of get more intel on who these characters are. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I am excited for Star Wars Hunters. The only thing is there is no specific release date. It is 2022. So we do know that it's coming out this year, but there's no specific, like, this is the month, this is the day, this is the hour, these are the minutes. You know what I mean? Like, nothing like that. So we'll just have to wait and see. But overall, I'm excited for it. Going past that, we also have Star Wars Eclipse. As many of you guys, so I'm sure some of you guys have probably already seen this. I'm not going to play the trailer right now. So if you haven't seen it, go and check it out for Star Wars Eclipse. They said, looks like in the article, this could be as late as 2026. Holy crap. I'm not really getting my, it looks cool, but I'm not that excited for it. I'll be honest. Even though I know this takes place during the High Republic era. So that thought alone is already like, damn, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's really cool. To see something taking place beyond the things that we know and kind of in this new but older era of things, I think is really fun to kind of play on that. But at the same time, again, and I'm going to circle back to Star Wars 1313 because that game it just looked amazing. And then, it was unreleased. It got canceled. Obviously due to different situations because, Lucasfilm was getting bought out by Disney during that time. So you had an event and situation like that kind of countered the, progression of that game. So that was a totally different situation. But again, I'm not getting my hype, and hopes up too high really for this because it looks cool, but it's like to me it just feels so far away, and there's so many things that could happen, throughout the years, leading up to it, to where like it could just be a really cool concept and we never see the light of day of it again, or it could be a really cool concept and it's going to be an amazing game. So overall, I think it looks cool. I mean, I kind of want to know more about it, but I'm just not overly hyped about it. So I'd be interested to hear from you guys. Like, let me know kind of what you think about this game. Are you excited for it? Overall, like, trust me, like the graphics and everything looks amazing. And at least a little bit of footage that they've shown us thus far. Just overall, for me personally, I'm not like, over the hills excited for it. But again, anything that we can get that's High Republic, including, the Acolyte show that's coming to Disney Plus, I'm all about it. I'm very, very excited. Mandohead 555 says, I can't wait for Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. You and me both. You and me both. It's literally going to be amazing, man. I've questioned so much, and I guess maybe I think it may be more simplistic than what I'm making it. I've questioned, like, why the hell has that game been delayed like 4 different times? It was supposed to been out like 2020, I believe. Isn't that crazy to think about? And yeah, man, that's crazy to think about. That game was supposed to be out like 2020. And it got delayed, I'm pretty sure, about at least 3 to 4 times. So my thought is that I feel that they've probably been adding different things. They're like, hey, The Mandalorian has done really well. The Book of Boba Fett is doing some things. What are some other things that are all centered around the time frame of the Skywalker saga? What are some other things we haven't seen, like Luke's Jedi School, all those different things? I feel like there's some people that are like, hey, if we're going to say and make statements in our articles saying this is going to be the best Lego game, period, and of Star Wars in general, and they're trying to do something different than what we've already had, well, I feel like you need to add in other things that we haven't seen. So that's why I mentioned things like Luke's Jedi School, because I'm like, hey, that's one concept we have not seen at all. I think it would be amazing. So we'll see what happens. But overall, again, Star Wars Eclipse, back to that, looks amazing. I'm not overly hyped for it, but I'd be interested to hear from you guys, especially those who are, reading High Republic stuff. And shout out to all my folks here in TikTok. Everyone be sure to come follow me on YouTube. I'm live over there right now. So come drop in the chat and say hello. Awesome profile picture. Hey, thanks, man. Actually, I don't even think you were talking to me. Whatever. My own chat's not even talking to me. What are you guys doing? They're chatting amongst themselves on TikTok. Imagine DC, a Marvel, and Star Wars crossover. That would be too much. That would be way too much. What's your thoughts on KOTOR remake? We're going to talk about it. I think that's on the list. So yeah, literally the next thing up. So KOTOR, Knights of the Old Republic. It does not have a release date, as far as I know. You can play it now on the Switch, which I've downloaded it. I will be honest, it is one of those games I'm a little hesitant to really dive into, mainly right now because I'm already playing a whole bunch of other things, like Republic Commando, still trying to finish that up. By the way, if you guys are going to be tuning in on Friday for the stream or Thursday, I may switch the Friday stream to Thursday. It looks like a lot of you guys on YouTube are not active that much on Fridays. So I may switch our Friday stream to Thursdays and come and hang out with you guys then, because I think there's more of you guys that are active then. So just an FYI, it'll be still the same time, 2:00 p.m. But it looks like Fridays, most people aren't really that active on the stream time. So anyway, but I will be honest, it's one of those games I'm a little more hesitant to dive into, mainly because I'm playing other things. But then also it's an RPG, and if you've never really dove into that, or you're more of like an adventurer, combat ready kind of person in terms of your gaming experience like I am, this game, and if you've never played it, you know what I mean, it's going to take you for a spin where you're like, oh man, this is going to take an adjustment to really get used to. And I kind of feel like that's where I'm at. My wife, on the other hand, she grew up playing that game. She absolutely loves it. But for me, it's like, oh man, this is a learning curve. It's a little bit of an adjustment to really kind of sit down and really get into it. Even though I would love to like learn more about the characters and the story and whatnot. Like that's what I find most intriguing when playing A lot of these games, even though the gameplay is just, for certain Star Wars games, it's just fun to sit back and enjoy. But I find the mechanics and the RPG, style, just it's a little more of a learning curve for me personally to sit back and enjoy. So it's gonna take me a little more time to get into it. Jelly Rat says, "What country are you from?" I'm from the U.S. of A. The U.S. of A. Man. Josh Mincer says, "Hi, it's Fire Llama. I'm on YouTube now. Hi, Josh. Thanks for tuning in, man. Thanks for being here. Dadalorian, want to be in my Lego City? Hey, dude, let's do it. By the way, if there's any of you guys, seriously, for real, this is real talk. You know it gets real when I start clapping. We're going to get back to our video game stuff here in a minute. But any of you guys that do Star Wars Lego stop motion, hit me up. Especially if you do it well. Like, yeah, especially if you do it well, and the videos are fun, hit me up. I would love to do some voiceover stuff eventually, for Lego Mandalorian stuff. That's a thought that's in the back of my mind. Like, I have a bunch of figurines of Mando stuff, but I'm not a stop motion guy. Like, I just like to collect. But anyone who does do that and you're looking to collab, hit me up. Send me a message on Instagram or something. I would love to chat. That'd be cool. So yeah, just had to throw that out there in the atmosphere. Are you a Jedi Fallen Order fan? Because the second one is dropping in 2022. That's on our list. That is on our list. Literally right here. Look at that. Look at that. Every time you guys mention something, then boom, it pops up just like that. It's magical, man. So yes, Jedi Fallen Order 2. That was recently announced that they were going to be doing that. I mean, many fans have been speculating that it was going to be coming. Fun fact, I never played the game. Never played the game, but I know enough because I've watched, like on YouTube, you can watch the cut scenes that are kind of mashed into a movie. Because what I play on, man, is the Switch. Like that's what I play on. Some of you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, wow, man, that's so weenie," but whatever. I'm a family guy. I've been playing on the Switch for years. I enjoy it. It's cool. That's what I play on. But I know friends that have PS4, PS5, and all that jazz. And for me, if I don't have the system, I'll tend to do that, where I'll go on YouTube and like, hey, I just want to know the story. What's going on? Who are these characters? What's everyone talking about? What's the hype about? So that's what I did for Jedi Fallen Order, and I thought it was really cool, man. Especially some of the like skins and mods that you could do with like for the Mandalorian. When they had like Mando skin in it, I was like, dude, I want a Mandalorian video game now. Like seeing him use the Darksaber. But I mean, we kind of got that in the Book of Boba Fett, so that was pretty cool. Still on an emotional high of Chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett. So amazing. But anyway, yeah, like I'm really excited for it. Will I be able to play it? No, but unless I upgrade and get a different system at some point, I think that would be kind of fun. But overall, I'm excited for you guys, for those of you who do have the system that's compatible for these games. I'm excited that we're going to be getting a sequel that a lot of you guys are going to be able to enjoy. But aside from that, it's like with the video games and everything that we've talked about thus far, everybody's getting a little bit of something, which I think is really cool. Like if you're playing on the Switch, if you're playing on PS5, whatever, online, like everyone's kind of getting a little bit of something, which is pretty fun. I like that. You could get in on PC. Yeah. Oh, you talking about Jedi Fallen Order? Yeah, I mean, I have a Mac, but I feel like if you're gonna play like PC, you need to have a PC that's just for gaming. You know what I mean? Is what I imagine. At least that's what I think. Is it expensive? I don't know. You guys let me know. For those of you guys who are PC gamers, which I think if you have a PC, you can pretty much play anything, right? At least that's what I've heard from most PC gamers. But anyway, man, I'm excited for it. It does look pretty cool, and it'll be exciting to see more of what's going on in his story in this second game. So aside from that, Respawn's untitled Star Wars FPS is likely years away. So some other things that have been, mentioned as far as other Star Wars games to come. I'm not entirely, clear on who Respawn is. You guys know who they are. I don't feel like reading through their article right now. I really could, but if you guys want to look through, Screen Rant, Definitely go and check them out. They have an article that's up. It's kind of what I'm just scrolling through. But these are things that have kind of been out for a few days. I'm kind of just scrolling through it. And then there's a Star Wars game from Ubisoft. That should be pretty cool. Uh, that should be really fun. But there's no date or anything on that. So I think that settles that as far as like the video game stuff. From all the things that have recently been released this week. Hello, Mr. Mandalorian. What's going on? Yeah, let's take a break and get into our chat. I would give it a 7 out of 10. You talking about Jedi Fallen Order? Yeah, I could see that. I mean, but there were some pretty cool moments, especially with Vader. Oh my god. Trace Kid 5, I might get 21 inches of snow Tuesday through Wednesday. Nice. It's supposed to snow where I'm at too. Where are you in the galaxy? Let me know. This is the way. Thoughts on Kenobi? That's going to be amazing, and the internet is going to shatter because of how freaking incredible that show is going to be. They're pretty much giving us a trilogy of movies with the Kenobi series. If every episode is supposed to be like an hour long, and I think we're getting like 6 episodes, 6 or 7 episodes, something like that. It's gonna be insane, man. And each one's an hour long. That's crazy. I'm in lands of Illinois. Nice. I'm in Denver. Denver, man. We're supposed to get snow too. So tomorrow, I believe. I live in LA, so I don't have to worry about snow. You don't have to worry about snow, but you got to worry about smog and crazy traffic. I used to live out in I lived in LA for about 2 years and then moved back quickly to Denver. LA is cool, man. It is. It's very fast paced. It's very expensive, and you have to your space. You have to become minimalistic. You really do, in a sense, because for what you pay, for what you get, man. I was like, man, I'm living in a closet. That's kind of how I felt when we lived out there, man. It's crazy. I'm in Berlin, Germany. Nice. We got people watching everywhere, dude. I love that. Her Kenobi's episodes are supposed to be 6 hours long. No, the episodes themselves aren't going to be 6 hours long. There may be 6 episodes, and I think they're supposed to be like an hour each. So, but either way, man, the whole hour long. That's incredible. You know what I mean? I mean, to put it in perspective, the Book of Boba. I was about to say the Mandalorian episode. It was Mando's episode in the Book of Boba Fett, but that was the longest chapter so far of the Book of Boba Fett. That was like what 51 minutes or something, and that was pretty damn lengthy. You know what I mean? So to think of a whole hour, like that's gonna be incredible, dude. Can't wait. No, but imagine a 6 hour long episodes. I don't want to imagine 6 hour long episodes. I think that would be that's too much. That's doing too much. You know what I mean? This isn't the Snyder cut. All right, this isn't the Snyder cut. Where you stay up and watch a whole movie for 4 hours. Even though I think that was better than the original release, but still, we can take our time. Give me just a good hour episode, and I'll come back next week. You know what I mean? Like that works perfect for me. So, aside from that, I did say we had some footage that I wanted us to take a look at. So let's go ahead and do that. This is about Star Wars 1313. If you guys have not heard of this, before we watch it, the least I can do is kind of explain kind of what we're about to get into. So Star Wars 1313, again, for those of you who are unfamiliar with that title, is a video game that was here actually. I'm trying to figure out the date. When was supposed to be released? I think it was like 2014. Star Wars 1313. When was I think it was 2014. So initial release date 2023. Yeah, right. They're lying. Yeah, right. This is fake. There's no way. It's not. I think it's canceled. But if they're still coming out with it, dude, I'll be like, what? Why? Let's see. I was trying to find the date, man. I'm pretty sure it was like. Okay, hold on. What year was Star Wars 1313, Boba Fett, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's go to Wookie. Wikipedia. It will tell me everything. Don't they have the year in here? They should. It was by LucasArts. So I'm trying to figure out the year. I think it was 2014. 2012. 2012. Sorry. 2012. So that's when it was supposed to come out, and then it got canceled because Disney acquired Lucasfilm. And I remember that being like insane. I remember that being really big. Just as big as like the whole Marvel thing when Disney acquired them. I was like, wow, Disney owns everything. Pretty crazy. So, yeah, man, 2012. Can you believe that? That's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's check out this footage. I want to watch this with you guys. And for those of you guys who are tuning in on TikTok, definitely come over to YouTube and check me out. Give a sub. You can come back and watch on TikTok, but definitely come and support the channel. Definitely helps out. Our goal is to get to that 500 mark. We're at 6,480 something. So I want to get to 6,500 probably today. So I think that's going to be our goal. But anyway, if you're here on TikTok, come subscribe. I'm live over there now. Okay, let's watch this. Oh, what is this? Some zombie video game? Looks kind of cool. All right, so let's check it out. Llama Boy, what's up, man? Llama Boy, let me know. Can you guys hear the volume? Look how badass this is. And the game's not even finished. The game's not even finished. At least it wasn't. And I think this is supposed to be Boba Fett, like, he's a little bit younger.
Get back here!
Your number's 6,405. I love that you guys remember your sub placement. Another meat factory scene. I love that. Hardcore! That's all I can think of when I say hardcore.
Stay on it! I'll catch up! Don't let him get away!
Like, it's not even finished, but dude, like, can you imagine? Imagine us playing this in the stream, guys. Like, oh my gosh. I love it. The Boba Fett series is amazing. Watch party tomorrow night. 1 a.m. I'll be up. We'll be watching it together, so I'll make an event. Make sure you guys register for it. Join me. Damn.
Try to cut him off!
Dude, I already know I would die so much playing this game. We get some good laughs in the stream, for sure, if I was playing this live. Oh, man. Dude, this is insane. And it's not even finished, man. That's cool. I feel like you should have caught this guy. Damn! Dude, that looks crazy. Dude, that looks crazy. Isn't that crazy, man? Wow. That's insane. I guess Boba Fett's supposed to be like the main character in this game. I'm here playing Fortnite. Nice. Wow. This would have been insane, man. So my thought is like, and again, maybe this didn't fit into the narrative for what they wanted to do for Boba Fett, with Disney, kind of Disney's version of Boba Fett.
Welcome.
But overall, man, holy crap. Right? Looks pretty insane. Let me turn the music back up. There we go. So there's that. Star Wars 1313. Looks freaking incredible. I'd seen something when I typed it in. It said like 2023. I don't know if that may be false. You have to be wise with what you take as true information. But when I type it in, it says Star Wars 1313 is a canceled action adventure video game, and then it says the initial release date is 2023. Interesting, right? I don't think it's still coming out, but with it being surfaced around, who knows? I mean, Disney, Lucasfilm, they could say, you know what? There's ways that we can restructure the story and still give folks this game, which I think would be amazing. I would be all about that. As much as I love Jedi, which I really do, it's nice. It would be nice to have something that's more focused on Mandalorians, or bounty hunters, such as Boba Fett, which I think would be badass and well deserved. So, yeah, man, let me know what you guys think of this. I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts on it. I, for one, think it looks really cool. So we'll see what happens. So with all of that being said, man, yeah, we can do a little Q&A. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to throw them out. I'm doing a bit of a different tactic with posting on TikTok. So typically, and I think I'm mad that it took me this long to kind of really get it. I used to post like 6 videos all at once, right? So like I filmed 12 videos a day. But, like on TikTok, I would post 6 pretty much all at once. And sometimes they do well. Sometimes I would notice like, hey, views aren't, getting kind of the attention that it should. So what I'm starting to do is post less, even though I still film more. I post like maybe 3 videos out of the day, but at different times. And I feel like that's sort of working better. So really, this is kind of for you guys that are on TikTok. Let me know how that's working for you on FYP stuff. Let me know if like, hey, I'm still popping up. Let me know what that looks like for you. I'd be curious to know. And shout out to other people coming in on the YouTube stream. Good to see you guys. Drop a comment below and let me know if you came from TikTok. And if you subscribed, I would love to see that. That's always awesome. That is always awesome. So yeah, drop a comment. Let me know if you came from TikTok. Matt Monk says hi. What's up, Matt? I didn't see you pop in, but thank you for being here. Thanks for being here. So yeah, man. TikTok here. What's up, man? How do you do the Mandalorian voice? It's just my voice, man. It is literally just my voice. It's a impersonation. The best way I can describe it is really like from Pedro Pascal himself. It's literally just a bedroom voice. That's really all it is. So, you got to think like sexy, smell good cologne, very like, it's very intimidating, but it's also like, my voice, it grabs you by the balls of your attention and it says, you're going to listen to this voice. You want to know why? Because I'm the Dadalorian and this is the way. And that's how I do the voice. It's literally just a bedroom voice. It's my voice. And that's it. That's it, man. That's it. So that's it. It's literally just that, grab you by the balls of your attention voice. And it demands attention, yet it's very smooth and, powerful and seductive at the same time, So there you go. That's how I do the voice. Or you could just sit butt naked in a Mandalorian helmet in front of a fireplace, smoking a cigar, and you could also acquire the voice that way as well. There's many different methods. Everyone has their methods, but this is how I do mine. Am I on your bounty list? I'm a P-51 Mustang from World War II. What? Hi. How are you? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Thanks for popping in. Says I have some questions here on TikTok. Did I miss? Where's Grogu? Those are my top questions. Grogu is training with Luke Skywalker. That's where Grogu is. He is training with Luke Skywalker. Dude, it's a fighter plane. Well, I figured as much, but why would a plane be on my bounty list? Did you think about that? Why would a plane be on my bounty list? You know. Josh says this is the way. Yes, it is, my friend. Indeed. So again, tomorrow, 1 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time, people on TikTok, I will be live doing the watch party for the Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 6. That's crazy to say because we only have 2 chapters left, 6 and 7, which is crazy, man. So I'm interested to see how it wraps up. I'm not saying concluding because I do 95% believe we're going to get a season 2 for the Book of Boba Fett. So I'm excited to see how it wraps up. I don't think these next 2 chapters are going to be a conclusion, but I think it will wrap up and build up, up to some crazy things in these next 2 chapters. And I'm just gonna say it now that we really, really need to get more badassery time with Boba Fett in these next few chapters. I feel like that's overdue. Now that he's at full health, now that he doesn't need the back to tank anymore. I'm like, okay, we need him. We need that. Just give us that moment. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he doesn't have to always be the forefront guy now because he's the boss. I get that. But if he's calling himself a crime lord, well, in my brain, crime lords, sometimes they can do some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Sometimes when I think of Kingpin, for instance, right? Like in the Daredevil series, yes, he's a smooth talker kind of guy. He's, very professional, dressed as well, always in a suit, clean, you know what I mean? Has his own business and is kind of has a smiling face in the public to where people still respect him. But there was those moments, if you guys have seen the Daredevil series, like on Netflix, if he needed to smash somebody's head into a car door, he would do it. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh my God, this guy is gruesome. How'd you go from, nice, business professional to, I will turn your head into, applesauce within seconds kind of a guy. You know what I mean? It's not to say that Boba Fett has to be that brutal, but it is to say, like, I want to see that part of that fearfulness that he can inflict on others around him. I want to see that come out. Kind of similar to that same moment when the Hutts appeared on, in his show, the twins. When they came on, you kind of felt like that eeriness, you know what I mean? Where it was like, oh shit, something's going to go down. I really want more of that moment for Boba Fett. I'm really looking forward to that. Whenever he walks in to a room, everyone's like, oh, it's Boba Fett. Like, something's about to go down. Everybody, look busy, kind of a thing. Like, you feel that fear when he walks in. And I haven't really seen that yet. So I really want to see that really progressed more in these next episodes. But again, I don't think that this is going to wrap everything up. I don't think it's going to be a conclusion in these next 2 chapters. I think it's really just going to be kind of a big buildup into following events going into The Mandalorian, into following events going into season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett. Because I'm telling you, there's going to be a season 2 for sure. And yeah, I mean, there's other little theories. Like, there's so much that could be happening. Like, I feel like Crimson Dawn is behind a lot of what's going on. I would love to see Cad Bane. If Cad Bane is still alive, I think that would be really cool to see some type of confrontation between him and Boba. Aside from that, I think there was like one other character that I really wanted to kind of see make an appearance. Oh yeah, I think Omega from Bad Batch. That would be kind of interesting to kind of see her older and maybe as a bounty hunter or something, and what's her relationship with Boba Fett? Because I'm sure at some point they had to have run into each other, which I'm sure will probably be addressed in, the Bad Batch, assuming she's still alive, later down these years. So I think that would be a cool callback to see an older version of Omega, and then when you get into Bad Batch season 2, it's like, hey, we already have this idea of what she will become, what she's going to grow into. I think that would be kind of a cool way to play on that. But overall, this is Boba Fett's show. It doesn't have to be about, the cameo of the week. I really want him to shine, even though that Mandalorian episode, chapter 5, was gold and everything. But now going forward, I'm like, everything has to be about Boba Fett going forward. That's one thing that I feel like just they really need to nail in these next 2 chapters. So I'm curious to hear from you guys. Are you guys enjoying it? I am. I, for one, am really enjoying it. The only episode I didn't really care too much for was chapter 3, but that's 3 out of 5 episodes that have, sorry, 1 out of 5 episodes. Everything else has been amazing. You know what I mean? So overall, I'm enjoying the show. Really am. Can you be my dad? No, man. I'm already on full time dad duty, but I'll be your cool space uncle. How about that? Bad Batch and Clone Wars are the best of Star Wars. Don't forget Rebels. Everybody be sleeping on Rebels, man, but I'm telling you, Star Wars Rebels hits the feels, man. It really does. Some good storytelling in there too. Don't sleep on it. There's some good stuff in Rebels. I'm still here, by the way. Llama Boy, I appreciate you, man. You're always here to the start to the end. I love that. Shout out to my boy Llama Boy. Thank you for being here. Hey, Karan, what's up, man? Mando, check out my Mr. Comment. Check out my city when you're ready on my account and comment what you think I should do with you. Tag me in a video. I'm gonna forget, so make sure you tag me in a video, or else I will forget. It's me, Tyler, Spider-Man. Hey, what's up, Tyler? You forgot that one? Yeah, man. Rebels is gold, man. I love Rebels, and I really feel like Ahsoka's show is probably going to be like a live action spin on things for Rebels. So I think that's going to be really fun. I'd like to see Sabine and Harrison do. You already know I'm a simp, so I can't wait to see a live action version. Oh man, take my money now. Take my money now. Says I have some more comments. Did I miss questions? Maybe not. What is my favorite song? I can never answer this, man. Just like people always ask me, like, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite song? For me, this is the answer I give you. It depends on the day. Right now, my favorite song is the Book of Boba Fett theme. That theme slaps so hard. That is my favorite song right now. But in a month from now, it could be something totally different. So, Solo was pretty good. Yeah, I loved Solo. I recently just rewatched it again, mainly because I reread. I was reading, the War of the Bounty Hunters, and I was like, you know what? Let me go rewatch some stuff about Kira. And it was just cool rewatching that and kind of seeing some of those early moments with her. But yeah, I really feel like we're gonna see her in the Book of Boba Fett potentially. That's what I was gonna say earlier. Kira, since she was in the War of the Bounty Hunters, she was in Solo. She is now the leader of Crimson Dawn, which used to be led by, Darth Maul. I feel like people are thinking it's just the Pikes. They think, it's the Hutts and all the stuff. But I'm telling you, I really feel like Kira, Crimson Dawn, is a lot of what's behind everything that's going on in the Book of Boba Fett. So, mind you, if we see her, I'm telling you, many of us have called it already. I'm telling you. I feel like she's gonna play a big part potentially. Especially when you're talking about the crime lord and different syndicates, I'm like, dude, there's no way that they're not gonna implement, Crimson Dawn. That they have to be in there. It just makes sense. So I'm sure we'll probably end up seeing more of that kind of brought out in these next few episodes. I guarantee it. Josh, you gotta go, man. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it though. Yes, Book of Boba Fett was amazing. Same as Solo. People sleep on that movie too. I think if you go into that movie understanding it was a heist movie that exists in Star Wars, and what better characters fit that other than Chewie and Han Solo? It just makes sense. If you can go into it enjoying it for that, I think you'll really enjoy the movie. I think it's overall a really enjoyable movie. So yeah, I feel like if you can have that concept in your mind, heist, Han Solo's a smuggler, ex-smuggler, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, it just fits with his character. And if you can go in and enjoy it in that mindset, I think you'll really, embrace the movie better than some people have over the past. But overall, I mean, most people I talk to in general seem like they enjoyed Solo and are rooting for Solo 2, which I think would be amazing. I think the way to do Solo 2 would obviously be Daniel Jose Older's Last Shot. I recently got done, reading that, and I thought that was great because in that book you get a lot of past and present between Lando Calrissian and Han Solo. So like moments when they were younger and things that they were involved in that kind of trickle into their future. And you have Han, who's now, married and a dad, and he's trying to figure out like how to do all this stuff, but he still kind of misses the life of being a smuggler. And it's a really interesting story. I really enjoy that one. So I feel like that mixed in with a little bit of Crimson Dawn, mixed in with a little bit of Boba Fett, have him in there in some capacity. I think that would be amazing. If it's not Boba Fett, then you got to have Cobb Vanth. Definitely be a part of that, because I feel like you could do some things that's kind of maybe tied into Aftermath. Actually, you know what? Yeah, Ben wasn't even born yet in Aftermath. He was, Leia was still pregnant with Ben. But overall, I just think there's a lot of potential that could really make for a cool sequel when I think of Solo. So anyway, Solo was one of the better Star Wars movies. Yeah, man. I think Solo and Rogue One were both. I think both of those movies, Solo and Rogue One, definitely set the tone for the Mandalorian. And hear me out when I say this. If you look at how they're filmed, the darker colors really to the cinematography of the films, and kind of just this stuff that's outside of the Skywalker, saga, and more of this darker tone in general in terms of the storytelling. And then you go and watch The Mandalorian, you're like, wow, these really did kind of lay some stepping stones and some groundwork into kind of the acceptance of The Mandalorian. At least I feel like. I could be completely wrong, but again, that's just a personal, observation where I feel like those movies definitely did some groundwork in terms of, the Mandalorian. And it's like, man, I really just the tone of those films. It definitely feels familiar, at least when I watch, the Mandalorian and stuff like, the Book of Boba Fett. So 30 Deep says, hi, what do you think will be the future of the Mandalorian now he has the dark saber? Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, and including myself, had this notion almost if he still had it at all until we seen him in chapter 5 of, the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't have it. It's just, to me, it always seemed like this unwanted responsibility, that Din has to carry now. But I mean, weapons are a part of his religion. So at the same time, it's like, hey, this is a badass weapon. He's got his own lightsaber now. So of course, come on, hold up. Let's be real. Anyone that stumbled upon a lightsaber, come on, you're not just gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna get rid of it. Like, nah, man, I'm keeping this. This is mine. You know how expensive these things are. So overall, being a Mandalorian, it's like it's a part of his religion to have weapons. So I'm like, okay, in that sense, yeah, it makes sense. He's gonna keep it. I think predictions as far as what I think is going to happen next. You remember in season 2 when everyone was kind of hunting him and Grogu down? Like they were on the run, but like no matter what city they would go to, there was always a bounty out for them essentially by the Empire. And Grogu would kind of be in danger, Mando would kind of be in danger because somebody was always looking for him. You guys remember that in season 2? I feel like there could, this is just a prediction. I don't know if they're going to go this route, but I feel like there could be potential where something similar happens to that with Mando, specifically with the Darksaber. As we've seen, Paz Vizsla already challenged him, to try and be the rightful owner of the Darksaber. Even though, Paz Vizsla, he is connected by name and blood, since he's a Vizsla. So I feel like there may be other Mandalorians who could come across him and say, well, what if I could be worthy of wielding, the Darksaber? I wonder if there will be moments of challenge for him, with that and coming across other potential clans or Mandalorians. I can see that being some interesting conflict, especially as I think he wants to make things right, with his cohort. So now that, the armorer knows he's already taken his helmet off and revealed his gorgeous face multiple times throughout season 1 and season 2. Because of that, because that's a rule that's against his religion, the way to fix that is basically a baptism in the waters of the river in Mandalore. But apparently that's all been destroyed. And the Mandalore, armorer, she's like, well, this is the way. So the only way for him to make that right is to go about like doing this renewal, this baptism, in the rivers of Mandalore. But as far as he knows, everything in Mandalore has been destroyed. So how is he supposed to make it right? So I feel like obviously my predictions, he's going to go back to Mandalore to kind of see what's left, to kind of see if he can find some way of doing this renewal, doing this baptism in a sense, to make himself, rejoin back with his cohort, of Mandalorians, which I think it's kind of what they kind of left off with in chapter 5 of the Book of Boba Fett, which was really just the Mandalorian 2.5, right? Do you think the cult Mando was in with the Way thing is good or bad? Uh, I think they're good. I think there's probably good and bad, honestly, in both. But honestly, the Mandalorian armorer, she strikes me as a sage, meaning she's more of a older and more wise. She's like a mom to me. She gives me those mom vibes where she just has so much wisdom, and there's a lot of history that she knows about. So I don't really see them as bad guys, but I really do see them as um, very strict in terms of their religion. You know what I mean? And they're very strict to their beliefs and kind of the old ways of how Mandalorians used to do things. And that's, they only see it as just that one way. I don't know. I think it's too early right now to say if that's good or bad, because it'd be interesting to see how that narrative plays out when Mando meets other Mandalorians, and kind of, will his paradigm change? Will he want to go back to being a part of the Children of the Watch, or will he want to create his own thing? So I don't know, man. I don't really see them as bad. I see them definitely more as good for sure. But it's just complicated and interesting is the best answer I can give, to them, as a group that was kind of birthed out of Death Watch. It's kind of hard to say like they're good or they're bad. I just think they're very interesting and complicated, but there's definitely some moralistic and good qualities, overall to their group. You know what I mean? So overall, I want to see more of them. When I seen them in the Book of Boba Fett, I was like, yes, my Lego set has returned. My Lego set, because I have the Lego set of all of them. So I was really happy to see that. I thought that was cool. So basically, the armorer is a nun. Pretty much. I kind of feel like she is. She's a nun. Uh, but the mom of the Mandos is what I call her. But I really enjoy her character, and I was really surprised to see how much even just the lore of Mandalore and kind of like the Night of a Thousand Tears, like to be able to see that visually, it was pretty heart wrenching, at least for me. Being such a Mando guy, I was like, wow, we've heard so much about this, and to actually see that, and to see like the Imperial droids, just lighting the place on fire was pretty insane, man. Visually, it was very striking for sure. So I was surprised to see that. That was probably one of the bigger moments for me. It's like, wow, they actually showed us a glimpse of what happened, and I can't wait for more of those moments too, for sure. Our planet is gone. Why? Because the Empire, man. The Empire turned it into glass. But I'm excited to see what's left of it. I think that's some of my predictions for Mando season 3, and a lot of my predictions have changed now. To be honest, like with all these rumors of Bo-Katan potentially getting her own series, I'm like that. If we really want to explore things with her, kind of being I don't really see her being the Mandalore and being the ruler of Mandalore anymore. At first, I was like, maybe Din will find some creative way to get it back into her hands, but I don't think so. I don't think he's craving power. I just think he's trying to do the right thing. He's trying to figure out how to use the damn weapon, and I think everything else is going to come gradually as he learns more about the history. Right now, he's just trying to understand what and how to use the dark saber, but now he's been introduced to the history and the story behind it. I think that is also going to potentially determine what he does next in terms of what he wants to become going forward. Does he want to mainly just be a bounty hunter, or will he become a Mandalore, the Mandalore, which I think would be interesting. Technically, he's not even a Mandalorian anymore, according to the armorer. So yeah, man, there's there's a lot of predictions going into season 3, but right now we're enjoying the ride in the Book of Boba Fett. Your profile picture is gonna make Gate B explode. What? What now? Mobile Task Force. His profile picture is amazing. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. One other thing I forgot. I almost forgot. We got, we're getting close to the end of our stream here, but there is one thing I want to show you guys. So let me pull it up now, man. Let me pull it up now. And this is mainly if you're on the TikTok. So YouTube, I'm sorry. I mean, sorry. This is if you're on YouTube, then you'll get to see what the heck I'm talking about. I think that's it. Yeah. There it is. Can you guys see that? I don't think you guys can see anything, huh? The hell did I do? Hold on. I'm trying to share a picture with you guys. Maybe, I think that's it. But for some reason, it's like, it's not pulling up on here for some reason. I don't know what's going on, man. It's driving me nuts. Let's see. Maybe I can, I don't know if it's in Finder. Okay, let's see. I don't know if that worked. Still is not working. That's really weird. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys merch. I wanted to show you guys the merch that I have. But for some reason, it's not. I can't pull the picture up for some reason. What I can do, however, when there's a will, there's a way. When there's a will, there's a way. Remember that, boys and girls. And I have a way. I have a way of showing you guys the merch. So I'm gonna go to my dock, and here, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna insert the picture so you guys can see it that way. This is like a hilarious way of doing it, but I'm like, yo, I want to show my peoples the stuff that I've been talking about for the longest. So let me see if I can find it. That's the thing. I gotta find the doggone picture. Whatever this may be. There it is. Okay. I think we're good. We're in the clear. So now let me show you guys. And then we got a couple other people that came over. Yo, what's up? Rex's Finest says, do you think that Cad Bane will come into the Book of Boba Fett or any other Clone Wars bounty hunters? I think it would be cool to see Cad Bane. I just don't see him fitting in with everything that's going on right now. As much as I would love to see him, I just don't see him fitting in with the way the story is going right now. I think it would just kind of be overkill. You know what I mean? Unless he's working with Crimson Dawn, that would be like, oh, damn, it's about to go down. It's going to be War of the Bounty Hunters point 2. You know what I mean? So I think that would be interesting in that narrative. But, yeah, man, I think there's a lot already happening. Marvel Account 01 from TikTok. Yo, what's up? Hey, what's up, man? Thanks for coming over. It's about tribe. It's about power. All right, so let me share my Google Doc. There it is. There it is. So let me share this with you guys. So the top image here, as you guys can see, this one right here. Hopefully I can just click on it. Maybe not. But anyway, this top image is the t-shirt. So t-shirts that we have, they say on the bounty list. And it's also written in Mando at the top. On the back, it says Dadalorian, which is pretty cool. And then check out this. We have stickers and tote bags coming to the store, man. So the sticker, I can't even speak because I'm so excited. The sticker, it has, my bucket and has the words, Wizard Dadalorian on it. Stickers are going to be really fun. They're going to be really, really fun. So we have stickers, and then we also have tote bags that say Bounty in my bag. Pretty fun. We thought those were. So those are some of the items we're starting off with in the store that are going to be coming. So you guys can purchase those. So keep your eyes open on that. I will be posting more about when the store is open. We have a couple more things to do in terms of finalizing it. But anyway, the store is going to be coming to you guys soon. So I'm really, really excited about that. And on the store, you'll be able to do like a bounty bundle. So if you want to purchase any of that stuff like separately, you can. Or if you want to do the bounty bundle option, you can get like all of it, all together, which is pretty fun too. Where do you think Baby Yoda is? He is with Luke. He's training with Luke Skywalker right now, because that is where he left off in the Mandalorian season 2. Paul Knight says, "What do you think of the Mace rumor?" Ooh, I think it's false. I just think it just wouldn't make sense. Again, he's one of those characters like it would be interesting, but as far as everything that's happening right now, I just don't think it would fit into the narrative of where the story's going. And from a humanistic perspective, Mace Windu would be about like 80 something years old. He would be very old. Probably not very mobile unless the Force can do some things to really keep you alive in that universe. I don't see why they would feel the need to do that. I think it's better to just kind of leave him dead, because then the other question is, well, what the hell has he been doing all these years? You know what I mean? You could just have been in hiding, could just been in shame. I don't know. But again, I just don't see it. I think the concept would be cool. I think it would be interesting. I just don't see them actually doing that. I you know what I mean? Like, I just don't feel where it would fit into the story right now. Again, I don't want, like, even though The Mandalorian was great, but bringing him in was for a bigger purpose. That was because, number one, you brought in Mando. We needed to see where he's been and what he's been up to and how that fits into Boba Fett's story. Because Boba Fett is assembling his crew, right? So anyone else that they're bringing in right now is really just about assembling the crew, like Black Chrysanthemum, Boba Fett. You got Fennec Shan. Those are some of the people that are on his team. Will he possibly reach out to other bounty hunters that have kind of been like colleagues or rivals to him in the past? I don't know. We'll see. But, right now I feel like it's about assembling the team to kind of get this war started, essentially. So with that narrative and that storyline being played out, I don't feel like bringing Mace in. It just wouldn't make sense to me. The concept is cool. You know what I mean? But he would be so old. And what are you gonna do? Like, have a scene where Boba Fett confronts him and almost wants to kill him because it triggers old memories of his dad. Yes, we are getting these flashbacks. When Boba is younger, and we get those moments where he's holding Jango's helmet. But at the same time, it's like, I think those are just moments of his past, and I think that's one of those things that can kind of just be left there. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. I think it would be cool, but I think it would be unnecessary, because I just think there's just so much going on right now that would just be like, okay, where's this story trying to go? You know what I mean? It would bring up too many other questions. You know what I mean? On top of that question of bringing him in. So that's my response to that. So when Mace beheaded me, right? I love your profile picture. And another thing, here's another thing too. And I really hope they play on this in the next episode. And I really hope I'm right about it. Oh my God. I really hope I'm right about it. So the only flashback we haven't seen thus far is when Boba Fett sees Cad Bane. No, sorry, not Cad Bane. When he sees Cobb Vanth. That's the only flashback scene that we haven't seen, is when Boba Fett sees Cobb Vanth in his armor. And what did he do in that moment? Because obviously he couldn't just walk up to him and be like, hey, dude, that armor belongs to me. I'm going to need you to give it back. Like, no, he probably had to like kind of stalk him down for a little bit. And then that's when he's seen the Mandalorian. And that was an opportunity for him to get his armor back. And that's how he's tracking the Mandalorian to get his armor, right? After he, earned it from Cobb Vanth. But I've been saying this since, what was it, chapter 2 of the Book of Boba Fett? Or was it chapter 4? Maybe it was chapter 4. I can't remember. It was one of those chapters where, remember when the Tuskens were all like brutally murdered in the Book of Boba Fett? I said, what if that was Cobb Vanth that did it? You know what I mean? And just how impactful that would be in Boba's story, since the Tuskens were the ones that took him in. You know what I mean? And kind of nurtured him back to health and kind of made him stronger in a sense. How impactful would that be to get that scene where he learns that it was really Cobb Vanth Not necessarily the biker people. Maybe they were working with Cobb Vanth. We don't know. But wouldn't that be interesting if it was Cobb Vanth that actually? Because here's the thing. Listen to me. Yeah, listen to me. Just hang on tight. This is why I think it could be, because even Fennec Shan, do you remember in chapter 5, she in the flashback scene, Boba says that the tribe of Tuskens that he was rolling with, they were all murdered by, these bikers, speeder bikers. And then Fennec Shan, you remember what she said? She was like, a Tusken Raiders murdered by, speeder bikers? Highly unlikely. So that got me thinking, like, well then, because again, yeah, the Tusken Raiders are pretty badass. They're pretty brutal. I mean, they all can fight pretty damn well. So it makes you wonder then, who else could have been responsible? Who else could have killed them and burnt them down like that? I feel like it could have been Cobb Vanth, man. I feel like it was Cobb Vanth, and really because he is the only person we have not seen yet in a flashback. Notice that. He's the only person we have not seen in a flashback yet. So I really feel like they're saving that for a pinnacle moment. And then it makes you question, well, what becomes of his fate? What's going to happen to him? Does he become a slave to Boba, or does Boba want to kill him? Has he already killed him? I don't know, man. There's so many thoughts that I have about that in general. So I really feel like that would be an interesting moment in Boba's story specifically. Does he have mercy on this guy if he did do it, or does he just straight out murk him? And that is almost like a callback to Legends, Star Wars Legends. If you guys have read Blood Ties of Boba Fett, there's like a collective of like, what I want to say, like 5 different, stories. And there's a specific moment, I forget the guy's name, but he was basically impersonating Boba Fett and going around doing bounties and killing people and all this stuff. And then Boba Fett finds out about it, and he straight up just murks the dude. It's so good. So I wonder if they wanted to do a little mix up, a little remix, a little spin on things. I think that would be a creative way to do it. A little nod, to Legends in a sense. So I don't know. I'm rambling on because you guys got me hyped thinking about it, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what your thoughts and theories are as we go into these, last 2 chapters of the Book of Boba Fett. Isn't that crazy to say that out loud? Only 2 chapters left. So what do you think about Solo and the fact that it is the same people? Solo, what are you talking about? When I think about Solo and the fact that it is the same people. Or do you think, like, if I thought that Solo was the one behind? I almost wondered if they would bring Solo into Boba Fett's story, which I think would still be kind of interesting. I just don't know how he would fit in, at this rate. And then when I think about probably what's going on, Han Solo's movie. I loved it. I talked about that earlier. I loved the Solo movie. But I did have thoughts about them bringing in Solo into the Book of Boba Fett. I think if they did that, that should be like end credits thing, where he's like going to Jabba's palace, not necessarily looking for work. Maybe he's trying to pay off some dues or something. I don't know. And then he finds that Boba Fett's on the throne. I just think that would make for an interesting, like, fun scene where all of us are like, oh shit. And then that's where they're like, season 2, Boba Fett will return. I think that would be kind of cool to see something like that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What Bib Fortuna hired someone? Oh, what if Bib Fortuna hired someone? What do you mean? This is like before Boba took the throne. I'm not sure what you're getting at, but overall, man, I think, just getting back to the whole Mace thing and back to that question, I don't think that Mace Windu would be in it. I mean, I'm not going to be disappointed if he is, but I mean, I kind of would be, because I just feel like there's so much going on right now that it would feel overcrowded and unnecessary to place him in when, number one, he would be so old that either you're just going to get this really emotional, dramatic scene between him and Boba, where Boba finally has peace between his father's killer and his past, or Boba's going to murk him, or have this crazy battle with this 80-something-year-old Jedi. You know what I mean? So I just feel like where everything is going right now, I don't see Mace fitting into it. I think it's a cool theory, but again, like, I don't see that happening. So overall, yeah, man, great conversation today. We talked about a lot of the video games coming out. Lots of theories for the Book of Boba Fett, The Mandalorian season 3. Lots of exciting things, man. Tomorrow, don't forget watch party on TikTok, you guys. We're doing the watch party there. I don't do the watch parties on YouTube anymore, only because of copyright strike stuff. I mean, I could do it on here. It's just that just gets annoying, because just the sounds it picks up on that. So, and I feel like most people are watching anyway on TikTok in general, that late. So we're gonna do it over there. 1 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time is when we're doing the watch party tomorrow. Other than that, I will be live again later today on TikTok doing some YouTube promotional stuff. So if you guys want to come through and hang out, then definitely I will see you then. Yeah, probably, like in 2 hours or so, I'll come back and hang out on TikTok and do that. But overall, I think we're going to go ahead and end the stream here. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much for the time of Q&A. It's been fun, talking about all the video games and theories of everything else to come. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the watch party. Peace. This is the way.